well, how did it all go wrong? Great start from the red and yellow Ferrari, and a good start from the outside the front row from the green and yellow Aston Martin, Matteo Drudi. But there was a charge from third on the grid from Lucas Auer. Now, he was actually trying to defend from the Schumacher CLRT Porsche. At this point, it looked safe for the first two cars, but then... Oh, well,
he
now
got tagged by the Porsche, didn't he?
Tagged by the Porsche. He squeezed across the nose of the 007 Aston Martin, and that was the blow that Sheldon Van Linde had his... But let's take a look. This is the
this all happened behind what we're watching. These cars are peeling through, but behind there was a serious incident occurring, which is just off camera to the left. And there it is.
Now, let's have it. Oh, dearie me, the car that's new to the championships just had a little bit of a body slam from the Sky Tempesta Racing Ferrari. And there's a big gravel trap. And there, is he parked? Does he keep going?
That was the Sky Tempesta. Give it a right hip and shoulder. No, down at second chicane.
It's a number 3 Get Speed Mercedes, and that's had a little moment, but it's recovered and doesn't appear to have hit anything. Okay.
That's what happened.
Push turns into shove. Sansalot Racing Audi turns around Anthony Bartone's Get Speed Mercedes. Unfortunate. That will be investigated. One incident that has been investigated is car number 48, drive-through penalty coming the way of the Man Filter AMG car. That started with Lucas Auer. Maybe they're being pinged for that first corner incident. Clearly it's been considered. Now, this is a battle for the lead in the gold class, and the 21 Aston Martin up the inside, but the 88 crew pushing and making it work. Really good move from Liaro Moncini. He's got a pair of Lorenzos to share with. He's got Lorenzo Patrese, Lorenzo Ferrari, and he's done them proud. Race leader in Alessio Rivera gets it down. Remember his margin, 3.2 seconds ahead of the pit stops. Will Ihan Guven follow him into the pit lane?
Well, Raffaele Marcello certainly has, and I think directly ahead of him is the Porsche.
Right, the race-leading Ferrari coming back out. Vincent Abril following team orders. He wouldn't let us know before the start of the race who was starting, wouldn't let us going second or third, but he's the driver coming out in second, please. And the 46 BMW has got ahead of the number 22. You wondered if that would happen, John. You're almost like Nostradamus, but just not quite.
You know, can't beat age. Oh, 22 off.
The car
Porsche,
from second place, Kevin Estre, has lost the car. That, I think, is that going to be second chicane? Did he go straight on to go in there? Oh,
well, he's backed it in. Let's have a look and see.
It's the third chicane, the Scari chicane.
Well, he caught the grass. He was just too greedy with the entry in. He just took too much of the grass over the white line on the brakes, and that just caused the back end to snap around, and off he goes. And Kevin Estre, well, and look, you push the limits. That's what you've done all your racing career. On this occasion, it's not paid dividends.
Now, how do you enjoy your racing if you're in a Lamborghini? Do you enjoy crashing into another car? Well, that is why the number 19 Matteo Llarena Lamborghini has picked up a penalty, and the number 63 car is an Iron Lynx car, but it's a fellow Lamborghini racer, and that is just not what we expect. Leonardo Pulcini, absolutely the innocent party there.
That's what I call an unguided missile attack.
Just noticed the Kevin Estre Porsche's one of those cars in front of him, but of course he's had lost a good lap by going off into the gravel.
There he is. Speaking about Kevin Estre, there he is. And he's up behind the Lamborghini, and look, he's irrepressible. He's going to find a way around the Lamborghini, under braking down into turn 1, side by side. He's got the inside on the approach, and that's going to be his corner without any serious challenge.
Yeah, well, the one thing he's going to be damned if he's going to do is let the front runners come past, but he will match their pace, maybe even exceed it. And Dan Harper waited for no one. He just moved into second position overall.
Great pass.
That was around the outside.
I'd give full marks to the driver of the drone, because he had that drone absolutely sideways coming out of the first chicane. Oh, and contacted the first chicane. 3 cars off the Lamborghini. I assume it was tagged as a consequence.
I think it was the number 19 car. Let's see.
Yes,
it was. It was Matteo Llarena. He was leader in the Silver Cup class. He was going to have a longer next pit stop, 5 seconds extra, and that dust in the air. Clearly, cars in avoidance.
Oh, damaged. Look at the back.
Well, that's the car that should be getting into the lead or challenging for the lead in the bronze class, and that car is short of its bonnet. That means Mark Radcliffe will have a little bit of an advantage here, but that is a horrible, horrible mess.
Oh, yeah, the left front, you see the tyre, he turned in, and he couldn't get the lock on. So that car is going to go straight into the pit lane because there's damage to it that needs to be repaired. That car is what I would call in a pretty undrivable, and they stopped it in the gravel at the entry into Lesmo 2. Had to throw him a pan down in disgust.
OK, well, I tell you, we've now got the replay, and we see why Matteo Llarena went round, the silver class leader. He was given a push from, well, more than a push from Jeff Bashils.
That wasn't a push. That was GBH. Alessandro Pierguidi now showing 19th position, but that's only because they made that pit stop, so wait, see where it filters through.
Max Hesse coming out now, so actually, maybe it is a little bit closer.
I think they've gained. I think they've gained marginally. So there is the 46 car currently our race leader, and we've got 45 minutes and a little bit extra of this race to run.
Anyone writing a race report of this race will have been running out of ink. So many things have been happening, and for the TV directors and producers trying to keep the show on the road, knowing where to look next. I don't know where to look, and I'm in the commentary box.
I tell you, do you know what the biggest race is going to be today? The 998. Has it got a problem? Is it slowed down?
Just.
Yep. It says the right. Is it the right front? So dear me. Oh, terrible. The right front is coming off.
Something is broken. Nothing.
Right front is not attached. It's going to eventually, it may well just separate from the hub. The nut was the nut not. I was thinking I might have seen the nut come off. Something went direct left as they came through the exit. So that looks like the wheel nut was not maybe fully located on the drive pegs. And what a disaster for the team. And he comes
into the pit lane now. He's got to wait, hit the white line, there, bang, down to the pit minimum speed or maximum speed. Now on the outside this time, Christopher Mies.
Deja vu.
Deja vu all over again, as they used to say. So Mustang versus Lamborghini, and well, dust being kicked up, panels, tempers.
So now Christopher Mies, having conceded the position, is back on it. He's got the inside as they approach down to the second chicane. And Matara again good in the brakes, able to get the Lamborghini stopped, and the Christopher Mies wasn't able to go sort of wheel to wheel with him into that second chicane.
Right, Maxime Martin, his race is run. The race is far from run for the Team WRT 46 BMW, waiting for the signal. Valentino Rossi had one early stint. It was a short stint. He needed to serve, I think, a little more time, so that's why he's back in, but also potentially for the glory of a podium position here at home in Italy at Monza. But the race leader. And is Rossi going to pop out ahead of the Ferrari? Oh, wow, this could be quite... I'm waiting for this cheer from the grandstand beneath our commentary position. The race-leading Ferrari is in the background of the shot. Has this been a masterstroke from Team WRT? But in this race, John, I'm not sure I want to put nail my colours to any mast in particular, but it seems a huge lead.
Got 34 minutes to go. There is Alessandro Pierguidi, fastest car driver pairing on the racetrack, bar none. So here's a battle going, 51 and 48 side by side.
Dusty taking the wider line, the car that has led pretty much throughout, but not in the lead at the moment. But 48 does not need to make another pit stop, nor does 46, nor does number 51, as far as we think these top three cars.
Okay.
Although they're fighting, John, outside, they're 12th, 13th and 14th. Yeah. These are effective first, second and third.
I anticipated that catching the Mercedes would be one thing. Getting around it was going to be a bigger challenge, and that's what Alessandro Pierguidi, I think, is discovering. Here we go.
Well, this is how tough it is getting, and all along, Valentino Rossi will be having a little bit of a giggle in the leading BMW, but that place will have to be handed back.
Yeah, give it back.
And give it back very quickly. So 46 now up to 11th place. So that's Valentino Rossi. As we're looking at other cars starting to blink, and some have had to serve drive-through penalties, that's dropped down the order, but it feels a false position, but we'll only know when we get to the end, with a lot of cars coming to pits. Look, we're deep into a 3-hour race, John, and the first three cars covered by, what, a second and a half?
It's the pace at which the two cars behind Valentino run them down, and I would think that Mauro Engel is going to be thinking about lining up the BMW. He may not be able to do it on this run.
Oh, around the outside, and this time it's going to work. That was very, very tiny. The applause from the grandstand will be ringing out because that was a great move into the first chicane. But Mauro Engel did enough just to keep out of the way when he realised the corner was lost.
I mean, that was a big, big move by Pierguidi to make it stick. And great defence from Mauro Engel, but inevitably the pace of the Ferrari just too great.
But epic racing down the inside. No, I'm showing you only the outside. Valentino Rossi maybe smiling. No, I don't know. He's going to come across.
He
has done it.
Yes,
Rossi
he's done
was
it.
Super cautious. He decided he wants the better exit from the chicane. But what a move from Alessandro Pierguidi. And breathe out today, of course.
Yeah, and I mean, I should say Valentino Rossi allowed room for both drivers to work.
And this is for position coming out of the pit exit. Lights flashing, and that has possibly been a masterstroke. Ricardo Fellow came here second in the championship, was nowhere, qualified on the 11th row of the grid, and suddenly he's inserted ahead of these cars. So they're not fighting at the moment for second and third positions. There I was about to say that Max Hesse is putting the pressure on Maro Engel, but this is second and third, we think. So the Ferrari that's led all the way has been shuffled down the order, but we will still wait. And waiting to see if Dries van Tor, from the current lead of the race, and Jake Dennis, who's leading the bronze class in second place overall, both in BMWs, can come in, reset their stint time, and pop out ahead of these cars. Talk about a race that keeps on changing its complexion.
There's so much going on.
Van Tor into the pits. Right, where's he going to come out? He's going to drive through. That will reset his pit stint time. It seems agonisingly slow as he drops the pace.
50 kilometres per hour.
Jake Dennis now in the lead of the race. He's gone through. He's in the bronze class. He will probably come in next time around. And suddenly for his teammates, Darren Lung and Toby Sowry, could this be a win for Paradigm Motorsport? Will it be a win for Team WRT? Dries stops, gets a going again. Now, where is he going to come out? Will he be in the lead of this race? What's left on the clock?
You know
Just under 12 minutes.
I like this revision to how the race distances are, because actually it's throwing in so many curved poles that it's become virtually almost unpredictable as who's going to do what.
Now, is this the 96 car of Julian Andlauer coming down? Will that be going to the lead of the race? Or was that 97? Oh, looking behind the number... Wow, suddenly we've got the first handful of cars very close together. What's happened is 32 and 30. Oh, and Dries van Tor runs wide, and suddenly 30 with Jens Klingmann shifts ahead. And the current leader is actually the little Audi there, car 66, Max Hoffa, who has been doing a fantastic... He was here to do a double stint, but he has got to stop. He's got to come in. Oh, my word, John. And tucked up behind Dries van Tor. Unusual to see him make a mistake, but he was so desperate to get going, possibly not the heat he wanted.
Yeah, well, he'd been in the pit lane isn't as clean up, trying to get up the inside, when he is somebody kicks up the dust on the exit. Now the Audi gets compromised. Up the inside goes Dries van Tor. Didn't need the second invitation. I mean, that is an illustration of what a racing driver is all about.
Oh, 10-second time penalty for 991. The car we thought that might be going to lead the race. Here it comes in to make its final visit to the pit stop. And 10 seconds added for Jake Dennis's car.
Oh, dear me.
Oh, my word. Who is writing the script for this one? Julian Andlauer leading the race. Second place is the number 30 BMW, Jens Klingmann at the wheel. Dries van Tor right on his tail in third. But look at the red and yellow Ferrari in the background, closing it all the time. Max Hoffa's between them. He's had a sensational race for Treza Attempto Racing. But at the moment, we've got a bronze class car in second and fourth.
5 minutes. So up the inside, Klinsmann does. Great overtake by Klinsmann. Takes the overall lead. And then you've got Dries van Tor, who thought he was going to get an opportunity. There you can see the gaps in the last 3 laps. 0.8, 1.1 and 1.7. The Ferrari is flying.
It's absolutely extraordinary, but we're going to have some drivers up on the podium, surely, who didn't expect to be there. And into second place goes Dries van Tor. We've already seen the car that's leading him pull over once, but it's Jens Klingmann thinking this is too good a chance to take an outright victory. The Porsche's coming in. Maybe they come in just too soon. Oh, my word. But now, Dries van Tor, it's more than company he's got. He's almost got a badge on his boot, and it's a prancing horse. It's the final lap. Is he going to be close enough? He's closing in. Jens Klingmann will lead into the first chicane. The Ferrari's on the outside. Dries van Tor is nobody's fault. They rub, they kiss. Maybe they'll kiss and make up, and then the place gained by the Ferrari, but I don't think that counts as a gain because he cut the chicane. And at this moment, he's carrying his extra momentum to try and catch up with Jens Klingmann. I'm sure the race officials will look at that. Maybe it will just be fair, just desserts if Jens Klingmann can hang on at the front of the race. Dries van Tor will be furious behind, but his brain will be going, surely he'll get a penalty for that.
And
he's waiting to hand the place back. He's got the message because that was his only chance if he could just press on. But for Jens Klingmann, he's going to escape. Dries van Tor, remarkable race. And at Team WRT, going to be a huge celebration.
Yet,
but it isn't over yet. Of course, there's a corner to go, John.
Yeah, and wait to see Pellegrini. He will try and get the drive off Parabolica to maybe give Ferrari something out of an amazing race, a second place.
Well, it's been a remarkable race for BMW. They're going to fill 4 of the top 6 positions, and it's a bronze class car that takes victory. Well, that's quite extraordinary result, but after an extraordinary race, what else would you expect? In trouble early on, OQ by Oman Racing, Jens Klingmann, Ahmad Al-Hati, and Sam de Haan. What drama.
Well, I mean, one thing winning your class, the bronze category, winning outright against all the pro teams around you. Even look, Dries van Thor or Charles Fates, they're all the BMW family are having a celebration.
Let's take a look at the overall results here after 3 hours of extraordinary racing at Monza. Victory to a bronze class car, Ahmed Al-Hati, Sam de Haan and Jens Klingman, who brought it home a whisker ahead of another BMW. Dries van Tor, Sheldon van der Linde and Charles Weerts. They were the top pro crew in second. Alessio Rivero, Vincent Abril and Alessandro Pierguidi somehow did not come away with victory. That was down to tactics, not down to a lack of speed in their Ferrari, third overall. And up from 21st on the grid, Christopher Haase, Alex Acker and Ricardo Fellow, they retrieved something. There is identification of the silver class crew that came 9th overall. Dan Arrow, Tanat Sathin Thirikul and Colin Karasani to win the Silver Cup class. But here comes the podium ceremony, and in first place, Ahmed Al-Hati, Sam de Haan whipping up the crowd. Not just winners of this race, but the bronze class winners as well. That is a phenomenal result. The extra pit stop certainly added spice. The racing was quite phenomenal. It looked as though it was going to be the 51 Ferrari all the way, but at the end, we had a bronze class car come through, and victory for Jens Klingman, Ahmed Al-Hati and Sam de Haan. That's it. It's goodbye from me, Bruce Jones and John Watson. Ciao from Monza.